Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. Bunch of topics today to discuss. The first is the Ukraine-Russia situation. As you know, a few years ago, Ukraine had a change in leadership. I would say it was a coup. And now we have some hostilities between Ukraine and Russia in the area of Crimea. My son, as you know, is in the military. He is on his third tour of Europe, and he is stationed near the Russian border. He's been in many countries, all up and down the Russian border. What I'm telling you is not classified, it's not confidential in any manner. This is information you could verify on the internet if you know where to look. So this is his third time over there, and he's basically a quick reaction force in case Russia comes over the border. At one point, I'm not going to tell you how close he was to the Russian border, miles, but very close. In the scheme of military, he was practically on the border, and he's sitting on the border with other gentlemen ready to go to war. So they could get the green light and they would just have to turn on Bradleys, tanks, and infantry guys would be deploying. Russia does not like this, and I don't blame them. If a few miles off the Mexican border they just decided to park some battalions of infantry and tanks, we wouldn't like it. Why is the American government doing this? Is it to provoke Russia? We have a lot of things in common that we could unite with Russia, and one is the fight against ISIS. It would be awesome if we united against Russia and just totally destroyed ISIS and everything it stood for. But we won't. So my son has a lot of good experiences over there. He is doing awesome training. The training he is getting is not for Iraq, it's not for Afghanistan, it is for World War III. It is for a major confrontation with Russia. Russia and China, as I speak, is involved in a massive military exercises. So the question is, are you prepared for World War III? A confrontation with Russia and China. I truly believe Russia alone cannot go head to head with us. But every day they don't have a war with us, they're getting closer to that point. If you combine China and Russia and the capabilities we have now, you could flip a coin to see who's going to win. But Russia knows this, and Russia will, I truly believe, will use nuclear weapons a first strike. With our current administration, President Obama, I think he would absorb a first strike, but after that I don't think we could defend ourselves. I have no confidence in President Obama. So if we absorbed a first strike, I think we'd be finished. I don't think we could retaliate and win the war. Russia knows that. They have to strike first. So are you prepared for World War III? I am very concerned about it. Knowing the training my son is getting, knowing what he's doing, knowing where he is, knowing what other soldiers in the military are doing. Are we trying to provoke a confrontation? Being so close to the Russian border, what are they trying to accomplish? A lot of people are probably not prepared for this. Are you prepared for if the dollar collapses tomorrow? If the dollar collapses tomorrow, life as we know it will cease to exist. It will be a whole different ballgame. So prepare. I talk to preppers, and I personally never have experienced this myself, is prepper burnout. I don't understand that, to be honest with you. Now, I understand getting tired of working and doing the things of prepping, just getting exhausted and saying, yeah, I got to stop for a week, just take a week off to recover because I'm physically exhausted. Prepping is like what we did in the military, and I love doing these runs. It's called an unknown distance run. So you meet for PT, do your stretches, and it'd be an unknown distance run. A lot of times it would be, hey, we're going for a 5-mile run, we're going for a 2-mile very quick run. You'd know what you're going to do. You know the task, you know the conditions, and you know the standard. An unknown distance run is you don't know the distance, you don't know how fast we're going to go, and that plays with people's minds. People like to know, hey, this is the start and this is the finish. I love an unknown distance run. I love conducting them with my soldiers because they didn't know, hey, are we going for a 2-3 mile run? Is it going to be crazy and we're going to go 5, 6, 7 miles today? Prepping is an unknown distance. It's not a sprint, it's not a marathon. You just do it. For me, people that get prepper burnout, I just don't understand it, because everything I do in prepping is fun. Maybe they're too much doom and gloom. Maybe they're more on Alex Jones and the sky is falling and all these people that predict dates. Now, don't take me wrong, I like Alex Jones. There's a lot of good things he says. But you can't be inundated with just doom and gloom. So for me, if I get doom and gloom, I'm like, you know what, this is just a person that says something. He picks a date. The people that make dates, to me, I like the date they pick, because to me it's a motivator. I say, okay, I got 2 projects, I'm halfway done. He picked that date. Guess what? That's my date to get at least one of those projects done. It's some motivation. Date pickers, I've been prepping for my whole life, and there's been date pickers forever. There's so many books that have been written over the time that says the end of the world this day, this day, this day. Don't worry about all that stuff. Just prep. And prepping to me is fun. Let's see. What do we have? We have solar panels down there. I love making free energy. I have fruit trees right there. I have chickens for eggs and for meat. I got propane storage. That's awesome. That's independence. I got my outdoor shower. I got CB. I got ham. I got firewood. I got water storage. And on and on. All these things that are for prepping are fun to me. I enjoy doing every single thing. So it's not for the end of the world. It's for my life being more enjoyable, and especially in an emergency if the power goes off. I don't test my system. Some people say, hey, turn the power off for a week. I don't do that because I have enough time during the year that power goes off. We have a little ice storm, whatever. Because that's a true test of being ready. If I knew I was going to turn my power off in a week, how many things would I do to be ready for that? So I don't normally do that. I love when it just naturally goes off. No, I don't like people suffering, and people do suffer. But for me, that's a true test, because you don't know it's going to happen. And it happens. So if you're burnout, probably don't concentrate on doom and gloom. Concentrate on the fun parts of prepping. And you have to realize these people that make dates, they play with people. They make them on yo-yos. They come up with a date and everybody says, oh no. So you go crazy getting things done, and the date comes, nothing happens, the world is fine. So don't be that guy. Don't be that gal. Prepping is an unknown distance run. It's not a sprint. It's not a marathon. Just steadily work at your problems. Making yourself more self-reliant, self-sufficient. And then I don't think you'll get prepper burnout. I know preppers that have prepped extremely hard, and they actually thought of a date, because they've talked to me and said, oh, this is going to happen this date. I got to go get ready. That date comes, and nothing happens. And you know what the preppers do? Oh, nothing happens. And they sort of don't do any more prepping. Now, some of them still have all their preps put back, but their mindset totally changes. Like, oh, nothing happened. We're fine. Don't worry about dates. Just keep slowly moving towards your goal. My son's going to be home shortly. I'm not going to tell you when. I don't know if that's been released publicly, so I'm looking forward to having him back, visiting with him. The land is coming good. We should close any day on it, and I'll share more information on that. So I'll be a happy day to walk my son around the land and show him what it is. So keep prepping. Thanks for watching.